Well, it's been a few years since I graduated from high school. Went to university, got myself a couple of degrees at the U of S in economics, geophysics. Worked as a geophysicist. Became a member of parliament, of all things. Did that for now nearly close to 12 years. Most importantly, charmed a cute brown-eyed girl into marrying me. And now I'm the dad of a little cutie named Isabel.
Since graduating from high school, I attended the U of S studying my Bachelor of Psychology. I took a year at Miller College of the Bible, and then I was also able to travel for a year to Asia and Europe. And then I worked as an educational assistant with the school board here in Saskatoon, and currently right now I am the director of drama at Miller College of the Bible.
Well, since graduating high school, I've done a whole variety of different things. I spent a year in Europe, living in Austria at a Cape and Ray Bible School. I received a Bachelor of Commerce degree from the University of Saskatchewan. I spent a couple of years as a pastor of a local church here in Saskatoon, worked for a local mining company, providing mining products to the industry here in the province. And currently I live in Toronto, and I'm attending the University of Toronto and pursuing studies in law. I also, on the side for the last several years have been part of our family farm. My wife and I own some land, and we participate in that. And for several years, actually, we also directed the Bible quizzing program here in Canadian Midwest District, that is in Saskatchewan, Manitoba.
When I first graduated from high school, I went to Brandon University and took a 4-year music degree. I majored in piano performance and graduated with the gold medal for the highest mark in my graduating class. I've done some other post-secondary education, including performance diplomas in both piano and violin. I also took teacher training for teaching children using the Suzuki method. I've enjoyed teaching music lessons to a variety of students from age 5 all the way through adults. I've had the opportunity also to work in medical research in doing a variety of studies. Through my church, I've helped out with the Bible quizzing program. I've had the privilege of mentoring a number of other believers, including some new immigrants and university students.
While in high school, I was involved in the Saskatoon Home Educated Debate Club, and I did a lot of tournaments and got to travel a lot with that. And that enabled me to join the University Debate Club once I got enrolled in university, which was a really great opportunity. I got to attend a few tournaments out of province. I even attended the Fall Open tournament for first-year university debaters and was able to do very well. That has given me extra fodder for my resume, so to speak. It also has helped me a lot as far as presentations and public speaking goes, which is a big part of the university classroom setting.
I went to Miller College of the Bible for a year, and then I went to SciAS in Saskatoon and studied veterinary technology. So I'm a vet tech, which is like a nurse, and I work at the University of Saskatchewan with the vet students, and I help set up for and help teach their labs. So all of their hands-on technical skills, I help teach them how to do that. And then recently I've also started a little photography business, and I do horse show and rodeo photography. So I also show horses.
I started working at Majestic Cabinets out of high school, which is a family-owned business. We've grown from about 6 employees to 20. Currently working there as the installation manager. I oversee all the projects, make sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently. Married a wonderful woman named Miranda. We have 2 kids named Asher and Adaris. They're 4 and 2. We spend a lot of time on the rink we made in the backyard, and we love hanging out together.
The first year out of high school, I went to Bodenseehof, which is a Cape and Ray Bible School in Germany. So I was there for a year. And then when I came back, I went into university not really knowing what I wanted to do, and I ended up with a 4-year psychology degree. And so I graduated from that in 2015. And I had always known that I wanted to do something in the health sciences field, so I decided to go into the post-degree nursing program. So I started that in May, and I will graduate in the spring of 2017. And I'm pretty involved in my church, so I do a lot of work with youth. So I'm a senior high youth leader, as well as I lead worship at young adults.
So what I've been doing since high school actually started back when I was in high school. I started going through a program called College Plus, and through that program I got my degree through Thomas Edison State University. I graduated in 2011 along with my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. I actually decided to go into the Certified General Accountants program. Also worked along the farm developing a number of different businesses with my brothers, including a mowing business, market garden type business. We grew thousands of pounds of carrots. and a number of other businesses. Once I had completed a number of my CGA courses, I was looking for work and found a job in Saskatoon and have been working at an accounting firm for just over a year, and I've been really enjoying it.
I started apprenticing at a ranch when I was about 15, and from there I wanted to get into a breeding program in Arizona at El Mary Arabians, which is one of the leading Arabian breeding farms in the world. And I was luckily accepted there. I think I was around 17, but God had a different plan for my life, and I ended up quitting and coming home to get married to my husband and support him in pursuing his dream of becoming a pilot. And shortly after getting married, we found out that we were pregnant with our first son, and since then I've been a full-time mom and homeschool teacher to my 4 boys.
I worked a few jobs, farming jobs, construction jobs, and then did a year of university. I was in an agribusiness program, and I liked what I was doing, and I was doing very well in agribusiness at the U of S here. But every day that I went to university, I wished that I was flying. So I made the decision. I couldn't, put myself through both university and commercial pilot training. So I made the decision to postpone university and basically see where the pilot thing would take me. And my dream, growing up, if I could do anything, it just seemed crazy in my mind, but if I could do anything, it'd be airship pilot. So I thought, I'm going to try and see if I can do this. I'm going to put everything into it. So how I was able to do it was I got a job working for Potash Corp. Yeah, when I was 17, I started hang gliding, and then I got my ultralight permit at Corman Air Park, which is just a small airport south of Saskatoon. Then upgraded to a private license, and then upgraded that to a commercial license, then got my multi-engine endorsement, and then went to California and Florida to get the specialized aerobatic training. So I've been flying air shows for 3 years now, and I'm actually still the youngest air show pilot in Canada.
So when I graduated high school back in 2009, I went into the University of Regina and attained a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. And then in 2013, I went on to the University of Saskatchewan College of Medicine medical doctorate program. And I'm currently working on that now, so I'm currently a senior medical student with the U of S.
I was able to pursue the things that I was interested in, and that desire to learn has continued really to this day, and it's been a huge advantage in post-secondary studies and in career and things like that.
I think first and foremost, it created a love of learning in me. My husband always teases me that when a subject interests me, I go and take out every book in the library on that subject. I think it helped me be comfortable with people of all ages at a young age, and that opened up a lot of doors job-wise.
Most of my job is just solving problems, and that homeschooling has helped me develop that ability to solve problems by myself and to figure things out and to look at an issue from many different angles. So I've really appreciated that. Homeschooling has also helped me be involved in a wide variety of different things, such as our family has developed a music group, and we sing and play together at many different functions together as a family.
My family would go on medical mission trips for a month or 6 weeks at a time, and we would just become immersed in the culture and learn cultural worldviews and stuff. And I look back on that now and just see how that shaped me and how that helped me grow as a person.
I think it just gave me an opportunity just to learn and to set my own schedule and to learn at my own pace. It built a wonderful bond with my family, and just the memories we have together will carry with us for a long time. I was able to juggle a lot of things from a young age between sports and work.
Once I got to university, the deadlines and writing essays wasn't so intimidating because it was something that I had to do already, being self-motivated through homeschooling. It was also cool seeing how some of the professors commented on how homeschoolers were one of their best students in university.
Because I was more in charge of my own education, I developed a lot more discipline. The same discipline I developed in high school that most people would have developed in university. I learned that I don't have to conform to what other people might be doing or what the society, the norm might be, and that I can still be successful or possibly more successful by doing things differently, taking a step back, figuring out what's going to work. A lot of my friends are actually in their 50s and 60s, and I mean, maybe half. And I consider them friends and also mentors.
With school, I did a lot of it independently, and at work, I work very independently because it's just me doing my job. So I work with about 30 different doctors, but I set things up and I organize my day all on my own and figure out how to get everything done.
I wanted to go directly into the commerce faculty. It's known as the Edwards School of Business, and they have some more strict acceptance requirements than the other colleges. So they weren't very accepting of my high school diploma because I was homeschooled, but I'd already completed a university class. Not only that, I had done well enough in that class that I was able to attend a case competition, which is a big part of business college, and was actually given a few scholarships for the Edwards School of Business. So I went and talked to the dean, and she let me in pretty quick because she had seen that I had already done one of her classes.
We had a set schedule, but we learned pretty soon that we had to be flexible with when we did things. I also learned how to work independently, which really came in handy as a university student and later as I was working.
Being able to think for myself, being confident in my own opinion, and not feeling I have to do what the crowd wants to do. Probably the biggest impact career-wise and life-wise.
We'd sit down as a family and we'd read our Bibles, we'd have a quiet time, and from then we would just go into study time and start doing our school. And I think that was just a really wholesome and pleasant morning routine.
We studied ancient Egypt in high school. It was very interactive and hands-on. One of the most enjoyable projects we did was mummify a chicken. We put on a history night where we had other families over and we were able to share what we had learned.
Just getting to spend time with my family and my siblings day in and day out.
We did something called Friday School where a bunch of us homeschoolers would get together and each mom would teach a different course. And so we did things like cooking or phys ed or knitting or sewing and so many different things.
Probably my favorite memories of childhood would be just with Dad on the farm and the flexibility that homeschooling permitted.
We went on camping trips through the States quite a bit, and we went to a lot of different historic sites and science centers and stuff like that.
My parents took us on several mission trips and looked for mission opportunities together as a family, and I really appreciated that, where we could go and serve and see different parts of the world together as a family.
And we did a whole medieval feast with costumes, and we even made a pig head out of meatloaf or something with an apple in the mouth. I can remember it so well, and no utensils. It was just really fun.
I think just the fun time with friends where you have a little bit more of a flexible schedule, whether it's weekly going to Blackstrap Mountain and doing ski lessons or doing swimming lessons on Friday mornings, or just the adventures that we were able to have as kids.
I would encourage you to be diligent in the areas, even the ones you don't really enjoy, to develop your abilities that God has given you, and to look for different ways in which you can do that.
Despite what society might say that you are the strange person getting schooled at home, it is definitely worth it. So take advantage of being able to spend that time with your family.
Embrace your individuality and the unique opportunities that you have, and to really just be thankful for those opportunities.
I truly believe that good social skills will get a person further in life than academic skills.
Just finding something that you enjoy and that excites you, and chase after that and get involved in that.
Not to be afraid to be different and just use the talents and abilities you've been given. I think you'd be surprised what you can accomplish if you put your mind to it.
First year university is often just kind of a review of grade 12, it seems like these days. So if you finish your grade 12, like say chemistry or whatever, if you wanted, you could just keep studying a little bit and then write an AP or a CLEP exam and then get university credits.
Make sure you have a plan in mind and make sure you work hard. It's really easy to maybe get distracted or lose motivation because you're working independently, but stick with it and put in the hours, put in the time, and it will all work out.
You have a unique opportunity that you can be more flexible, you can choose, you can explore your own interests. Take advantage of that. Don't be shy. The world is open and connected. Go out there, find your passions, talk with your mom and dad, let them guide you in it.
So if you can apply yourself in your studies now, this is really going to help you later on, whether you're working, doing ministry, involved in family, or doing post-secondary studies.
You're very blessed that your parents are willing to homeschool you, and to thank them for that.
Keep going through high school. I know that the high school curriculum can seem very daunting, but in some ways these are the most important years to be homeschooling. This is the time when the character and values of your children are being formed, and if you can be there as a parent to give positive input and to be a good role model, it'll really make a difference in their future lives.
Make sure your child is able to access a variety of options for employment after their homeschool. You don't want to leave them in a situation where they lack accreditation.
Just to relax and enjoy the experience. I think it's really worthwhile, and I'm looking forward to homeschooling my children as well.
And I think just the variety of different social settings and age groups that we were able to interact with really equipped myself and my family to interact well in the real world.
In a society with drugs, in a society with all these kind of things, you can't shelter them, but hopefully you can train them to deal with those things. That's so important.
If you're willing to do this, and if you're willing to put in the time and effort, you very well may be making great strides towards your child's success and your child's prosperity in the future.
Enjoy the times with your children. Make sure your student gets a broad understanding of all the different areas and subjects, but then let them fly with a certain area that they're interested in.
We don't say it enough to you homeschool parents, but thank you for what you are doing now.
All those people with education degrees and big expensive schools and so forth, they don't have the time, they don't have the energy, they don't have the interest that you have in your child. So relax. You're doing the right thing. Take it one day at a time and you'll be fine.